How you going, guys? Luke here. I haven't been around the YouTube for a while, didn't have access to a computer, but here we are. I'm back. So, today's video we're going over powerlifting belts. Now, belts probably, number one piece of equipment that people talk about when we're talking powerlifting. I think kind of belts is universally what most people, purchase first when they get more serious into the lifting. And I'm a big believer in get yourself a good belt. You see a lot of the ones walk around with, supplement shop belts, simple, cheapy belts. They're just not going to do the job. If you're going to get a belt, get yourself a good one. So I've got 3 belts here. I got a Titan belt for myself, 13mm prong. I've had that for about 3 years. This is my girlfriend's belt, a 10mm leather belt, and we've got a Pioneer Fit custom 10mm leather belt as well. I've had this for about 6 months. She's had this for about a year and a bit, I would say, a year and maybe 2 or 3 months. So, comparing the two brands, I don't have experience with the Titan leather belt. Obviously that's my girlfriend's, it's too small for me. I've just kind of got it here to compare because this is the 2 leather belts. So let's first kind of go over wear. I noticed when I bought the Titan compared to when I bought the Pioneer, the Titan was more worn in. Probably where we are now with the 6-month phase on the Pioneer is probably where I got the Titan at. Now, I don't know if that's because it's the simple black, the more mass-produced belt, maybe they do more with it. Maybe it was, sitting in stock for a while and it just became more malleable. But I did notice this was more worn in. I will say this, I'm in Australia, so I got these 2 belts from Titan Support Systems Australia. This one I got from General Leather Calf, Pioneer Fit, so shipped from America. Now, but what interests me is I can't say the Titan belts come more worn in because 6 months, year and a bit months, this is more worn in than this belt. Now, yes, I use this more frequently than my girlfriend does. Goes under, more weight, more pressure. So I don't know how that's going to affect it, but I think the frequency, yeah. But at the same time, this is over a year old. This is only 6 months old. So that's why I'm not sure if it's because it's the more mass-produced simple belt that this was so worn in. So I will say how easily it wears in and how worn in it comes. The Pioneer do a great job. I know I've used an Inza before. It was like a year old and it was still just stiff as, and I really didn't like it. That's why I never bought Inza. I'm just not a fan of their belts, and they feel very cheaply mass-produced. These all feel very handmade. Even the Pioneer, I think it's Matt, the owner, on their Instagram, he'll have Instagram stories of him making all the belts by hand, and you can chuck him a message on the DMs, and he'll try to track down your belt for you, show you the process of how it is. And I really like that about the guys at Pioneer. They're a very community focused business. If you ask them a question, they'll give you a straight up answer, which is really good. So let's talk about quality of the belt, quality of the stitching and everything. Listen, I've had no issues at all. If you can see what's going on there, nothing has come loose, prong's still tight, everything is really good quality. It's a great belt. If you're looking for something simple, you don't want anything flashy, I can't recommend the Titan enough. It is a really solid quality belt. Now if we're talking the Pioneer belt, again, I've only had this for 6 months, so it doesn't have as much wear, but still, it's great. Oh, custom. Bubble tea, of course, but yeah, no kind of wear. Stitches are still strong. The only thing that came imperfect was on the T. I don't know if you can see it. Just a little bit of a loose stitching on the T. Other than that, it's in perfect condition. Quality of the leather itself, good. I would say probably makes less noise than this, which is nice. Again, a little bit of grease in there, we'll stop that. But it feels a lot firmer. The leather quality itself does seem to feel better. I don't know, where they get leathers made, if they make them themselves or whatever, but the leather quality on the Pioneer does feel better than the leather quality on the Titan. So, if we're talking about what one's my favorite, let's forget this because that's not mine. Talking about what's my favorite belt, this. what do I use better? This. 2 reasons I use this more effectively. One, it's a prong. My weight fluctuates a lot. I'm not at a point where I keep my weight quite consistent, so I do find that prong is a little bit better. You know, if I'm feeling a bit bloated one day, have a bit looser. If I haven't eaten much, have a bit tighter. This, you know, it's just a bit of a pain, you know, how I'm feeling, having to unscrew the lever, move it, all that stuff. So that's just more a preference of prong over lever, okay? That just goes conveniences. I'm not going to go into that. It's just one of the reasons why I wear this more. And also this has been worn in over 4 years. As I said, it came in very worn in, but it's also been worn in over 4 years. You know, it's for my body, you know what I'm saying? So at the moment, if I was to do a meet probably this year, I would use my Titan. Purely because it's worn in. Okay, I know I can put it on if I'm feeling a bit bloated, you know, it's all good. Also, one thing you have to know about Pioneer is it's not IPF approved, but if I was to buy another belt, which I probably will, I'm going to go Pioneer again. Purely because of what they do for the sport. You know, they put on the tribute meet, they, you know, great community. If you message them, they'll help you out, they'll answer your questions really well. You know, very active, and you know, a lot of the big name powerlifters, all the ones that I look up to and seem to have an opinion that I trust, go Pioneer. They say they're the way to go, so you know, I listen to them. But yeah, from what I've seen, really great company. The quality of the belts, it's hard to fault either. Honestly, it really is hard to fault either. You know, if you're in Australia, this does have an Australian supplier, so it's a bit more convenient. You know, I got the belt in like 3 or 4 days. You know, this took a couple months, I believe. I forgot exactly how long it was. But yeah, I would go Pioneer again, purely because much better customization, and just they're great for the powerlifting community. You know, it's not a huge sport, and I do think you need people like the guys at Pioneer to really help, you know, pay the elite lifters and give the people what they want. So that's my opinion. Quality of the belt, both amazing stuff. So it's hard to say what's a better one. This is my favorite, but I would use this in a meet, you know, if I had a meet in the near future. If I own this for another couple of years and it's more worn in, then yes, this is the way to go. But for now, I've got to go with the Titan if I compete again. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, hopefully I'll be bringing out more content now that I've got my computer set up again. And yeah, hope you have a good one. See you next time.